Hello, hello. Welcome to Divine Source Connections, Empaths Oracle reading, Animal Spirit and Law of Attraction. Well, I'll wait a few minutes and then I'll get started. I'm going to use the Empath Oracle. This is the deck I'm using for the reading. This is a past, present, future energy reading, but it's all happening right now in this present moment. I'm going to use a Wild Animal Spirit deck. I'll just do a one-card reading with this one. And then I'll go straight into Ask It As Given in the Vortex. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a general reading, so if you're here, it's divine time. This reading's for you. I'll start out with the Empath Oracle. Past, present, future. But it's all happening now. Take a vow. It's your past energy. It's present energy. Welcoming the help of others. Welcoming the help of others. And the third is near future trends based on your present and past energetic transmissions. Near future trends. What you're manifesting, your future manifestations. This is a general reading. So if you're just joining, this reading is for you. The second card, I'm just going to do a one-card pull. This is a Wild Animal Spirit deck. If you've ever seen my Wild Animal Spirit deck, this is an awesome deck. I'll just show you a few. I'm just going to do one card pull. The Firefly. I'm going to go ahead and get started on the reading. And then I'll start the Law of Attraction reading if you're interested in the Law of Attraction. Taking a vow. This is the Empath Oracle. Can you see the cards? There, yes. You can see them now. Empath Oracle. Taking a vow. This is your past energy. Past energy that's affecting you presently. Choosing self-discipline. Considering what kind of vow that would be best at this time. Tapping into intuition in order to determine what needs attention. Tuning into this present moment. The imagery of this picture, submersing her whole being and essence of life. She knows that she can reach her highest destiny. She makes a promise to always stand by the side of eternal flow. Her connection to Source. She makes a promise to always stand in alignment and to overcome all challenges. You don't overcome challenges. You don't focus on the challenges. You focus your attention on everything that's going well to the best of your ability. The deeper meaning of this card, because our emotions can so easily be swayed and influenced, we empaths often struggle to come back to ourselves. Alongside self-assertive daily practices, understanding of energetic dynamics, we can take it just a step further by observing vows and resolution from time to time. Vows take enormous forms and do not have to be restricted to particular styles of practices. Sorry. In fact, we can look inside of ourselves to see what kind of vows would serve our spirit the best. When we tend our spirit, we can serve others with greater clarity. When we practice vows, we observe personal resolutions, whether for belief or long periods, brief or long periods. We are engaging in a process of spiritual, emotional, and mental purification. Vows should not be undertaken with the ego in mind. That is, how can we impress others, but with the intention of healthfully pushing our own limits. Vows, especially fasting from food, should be undertaken with mindful awareness of physical and psychological health. When in doubt about taking any type of vow or fast, consult a professional. It may take some time to meditate and some soul searching for you to decide which kind of vow you would like to practice and for how long. Because we're always expanding. We're always becoming more. This is likely to change each time this card is drawn. For example, you might draw this card and choose to make plans to practice a vow of silence for a day. Or 30 minutes each morning. Enter a state of allowing and align yourself with what Source knows to be true. The next time, you may be guided to eat vegan for a week. Another time, it could be not to eat meat for a week. Each choice, it's not that we're changing our mind. We're expanding. We're expanding upon what we know in this present moment, and we shift and we change, and change is part of the expansion. And it's okay because nothing serious is going on here. It's just unplugging from technology for a time, using the words I and me as little as possible, performing a juice fast, or a temporary vow of silence. Maybe it's fasting from alcohol or intoxicants, or diligently practicing morning meditation or some type of ceremony. Not using swear words, or joining a class or course or spiritual gathering. So sorry. Volunteer work for a local charity, creating a vision board, affirmation board, if it gets you into the vortex. Reading books every day at a certain time, maybe. Whatever floats your boat. Cleaning a house, a yard, doing yoga, exercise, a temporary vow of celibacy. Dedicating to complete a certain task or a piece of art. Journaling every day for a time period, or taking a temporary break from society. Or maybe entering a state of gratitude or appreciation. There's always something to appreciate. There's always something to appreciate. Where are you? If you're not appreciating, where are you? And that's a conscious choice in itself. Where you are now in this present moment. It says, welcoming the help of others. And you can look at the imagery if you like. I'll lay it right here in the middle so you can see it. Alchemy. Welcoming the help of others. Opening a personal energy to receive rather than only giving. This has to do with the heart center. Contemplating different forms. And it just so happens at 8 o'clock I have a live sound event, and it's concentrated on the heart center and the root chakra and the crown. If you're interested, it starts at 8 o'clock right after this reading. The beautiful card depicts divine wings of spiritual guardians. In fact, this painting depicts the artist himself with his son, and touches on the theme of putting energy into sustaining another person. If you're a person, a caregiver, or someone who's constantly giving, you also have to take time to align with Source, to receive, to align with your well-being, to align with what Source knows to be true. We all deserve sustenance, care, and healing in our own lives. If we're not well, we have nothing to give. It also illustrates the strength that both the sender and the receiver of support can draw from this process. That's right. There's supposed to be reciprocity. Humanity lives and thrives on the mutual sharing of knowledge. We must be aware of this responsibility. It's this present moment. The deeper meaning for this card is one of the most significant lessons for us, highly empathic souls, is to open ourselves to healing from others, whether this is in the form of psychotherapy, counseling, energy work, metaphysical workshops, deep conversation, or anything else. We absolutely need to embrace the skills and perspectives of others. From time to time, after all, we have our own unique gifts, and we're happy to share them. However, the same holds true for others in their own traits and professions. Society places an unhealthy level of expectation on a person to handle everything themselves and suck it up, buttercup. This is both harmful and unrealistic. The truth is that there are countless people out there who are pleased to help others in their lives. We simply must cultivate the humility to accept this as part of life's process. Empaths are natural healers, so it's only natural that healers in various fields are themselves highly empathic. Remember, even therapists have therapists. If you practice healing arts to help others and other professionals on a regular basis, there is no shame in reaching out for support and perspective from time to time from others within similar or related fields, or even simply reaching out to trustworthy friends and family, or reaching within to the source in which you came. Seeking others' help is not limited to professional spheres. Everyone responds differently to different treatments. You may have drawn this card because it's time for an energetic tune-up. And that's great, because after this reading at 8 o'clock, that's what we'll be doing with the Tibetan singing bowls and the crystal singing bowls. They're all tuned to your energy centers, the chakra within your body. They realign the energy centers with who they know themselves to be. There's no thought involved. You just relax. Stop thought. Stop thought by listening. You can't think and listen at the same time. Healers are out there waiting for you to seek their services. Many professional healers work on a sliding scale and trades, so do not become self-limiting. It feels good when we help others, so why not allow that same feeling of goodness for other helpers and healers? This card also indicates the need to see a doctor for a mental or physical ailment. Or as mentioned earlier, simply talk to a trusted friend or family member for support. There are many options when it comes to receiving nourishment of the body and spirit. Instead of focusing on what's not well, focus on everything that's going well. Focus on every part of your body that's healthy, that's doing what it's supposed to be doing. The fingers that are moving the way they're supposed to be moving. Doesn't it feel much better to focus on everything that's just perfect, that's going well? It's a vibrational place. It's a place you shift into. You shouldn't need a reason to feel love. You shouldn't need a reason to feel joy. It's a vibration. You tune into it. You become the vibration itself. You are joy. You just is. Yeah, it's that simple. Hey, Kim. I love you. I see you. I see you, sweetie. Hi, Clinton. I can't see everyone's names because... Hi, I hope everyone's enjoying this reading. I love you, Kim. Happy birthday, sweetie. Don't carry the world on your shoulders. We're all here to help one another in unique ways. Consider what would be the most beneficial for you at this time. Yes, your wellness. Tuning into your wellness. That would be most beneficial. And in your place of wellness, there's joy and there's peace. And you can tell by the way it feels. Yes, by the way it feels. And if the thought you're thinking in this present moment doesn't feel good, well, you can choose a thought that feels a little bit better. And you can choose any thought. You're in control of that. That's called deliberate creation. Deliberate creation. And we're all creators. We are made in the image. We're here to create. We create with what we put our attention on. We create with our attention, not with our words. We create with our vibration, not with our wishes. We create and we receive that in which we are. So whatever you're getting is an indicator as to what you're transmitting. If what you're getting is good, continue to look at it. It will grow. But if it's not so good, well, you can pivot. You can pivot to a thought that feels a little bit better. That dream that you asked for, all your wishes, everything you've ever asked for is right there waiting on you. Yes, in a resistance-free state. When you release the resistance, the ifs, the buts, the coulda, woulda, shoulda. No. When you align with Source, there is no buts. There are no ands or ors. It just is. You just are. You're not trying. You're doing. You're being. You're not trying. There's no effort. There's no thinking involved. It's free yourself of thought, of all thought, and enter a place of peace. It's a place inside of you. It's been in there all along. And so many people look for love in all the wrong places. And the whole time it's inside of you. It's the source. It's the source that's you. And the source that you're connected to, the whole of you. Near future possible trends. Researching the mystical world. Bursting our own bubbles of spiritual conditioning. Yes, right. Stepping outside of ourselves to understand different spiritual worldviews. Figuring out our personal approaches to mystical subjects. This is near future trends based on your current vibrational transmissions and your past thoughts. Thoughts, yes. Your past thoughts and your present thoughts are synergizing to create your future manifestation. Perhaps it goes without saying that empaths are drawn to all things mystical and metaphysical. This is part of who we are. Those of us whose personalities are highly emotional seek to understand, sympathize, and empathize with other cultures and lifestyles that are unconventional from the view of common society. It can be deeply therapeutic to immerse ourselves in the wisdom of the world around us. We naturally exist within our own limited spheres of experience. Words don't teach, experiences do. So the process of expanding our knowledge can provide a greater perspective to the unique role that we each play in this world. This card is calling you to take yourself out of your familiar thoughts and beliefs. They're your human conditioning that keeps you trapped. Right? You have to separate your thoughts from the thoughts you're receiving. This card is calling you to take yourself out of familiar thoughts and beliefs, and sometimes out of your own comfort zone in order to learn more about the world. This card emphasizes researching mystical topics and practices in particular, which are not merely limited to religious studies. Global studies might actually spark an empathic interest in certain causes and charities or spiritual paths that we can pursue and embrace with more depth. Learning about the world is learning about ourselves. We exist in a time where we have instant access to countless books, online documentaries, articles, and teachers of all varieties. Simply getting swept up in the drama of life. Yes, the what is. The what is on the news. That's the what is. And if you get caught up in it, you could feel fear. You could feel anger. And you could feel resentment. It's out there if you tune into it. But there's another place you can tune to. You can tune into peace. It's inside of you. People don't realize that you calibrate to that in which you see. So we're constantly calibrating. And when we're younger, people, they call it manipulation sometimes. It would be manipulation. But now it's more, everything, there are no accidents. There are no accidents. There are no accidents. You have to ask yourself, what about that vibration did I attract? How did I attract this? What about me matches that vibration? How can I shift my perspective to raise my inner vibrational self? And you do that one thought at a time. One thought at a time. And by always looking at the one end of the stick. Learn more about the earth, learn more about animals, the ecosystem, histories and cultures and the perspectives of the world. Not only that, but engage and have fun. When researching the mystical world around us, it's good to be prepared that not all the information we encounter will be pleasant. But you know what? There's another end of that stick. Where there's on the other end of the stick of unpleasant is pleasant. You can find something pleasant to tune into. I'm going to move into your animal spirit. This is your wild animal spirit guide that's leading you right now. And your present energy is inspired and fantastic yet fleeting. This firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, it's radiant, illuminating. Sounds a lot like my friend Kim. This high-frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the Firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is a firefly behind every poem, song. Yes, Kim, look, my hair's standing up. Behind every song. You tune in to when you're singing, Kim, you are in it. You are in the flow. That's what it feels like. You know what I'm talking about. Yes. The song is in the song, and the song is in your heart. First, the song is in your mind, and then you manifest it through your mouth. You manifest it through the vibrations. Yes, it flows to you through source and out your mouth. Manifest, Kim. Manifest. Sing it, girl. The firefly energy is behind every poem, every song, and every invention. Our job is to be ready and to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious, elusive light? What can you do in this moment? Because it's all happening right now, you see. It's all happening now. When you're in balance, you write, you're creative, and you brainstorm. But when you're out of balance, you just feel burnt out and feel dull. That's when you need to go dancing. Bring it to balance. Write a poem. Draw. Write a song. I'm going to add that for a friend. You know what? We're constantly manifesting with our thoughts. The only time the momentum stops is when we go to sleep. So the rest of the time we're thinking, whether we're aware of what we're thinking or not, we're manifesting. I'm going to go into the law of attraction spread now. If you want to become a master manifester, that's what it's all about. And you know what it's really, really about? It's about joy. It's about love. It's about kindness. It's about compassion. It's about forgiveness. It's about ease. It's about ease. It's about clarity. It's about knowing. It's about sureness. It's about the path of least resistance. It's about the next dot on our journey. The next path, the next step, the next logical step. Yes. And this reading right here is going to talk about your manifestations. Your manifestations. Are they wanted or unwanted? Okay? And how can we change this? How can we change this? To receive what I want, I must not push against unwanted. Yes. You cannot push against anything without becoming the vibration of it. And in doing so, you'll attract more experiences. God says, Source says, okay, I hear you. He hears your vibration with your attention. And he hears that vibration and he instantly answers you. And it's done. Ask and it is given. It is done. And it's up to you to line up with the whole of who you are. If you would like to receive it, you have to become it. So you tune into what it is you ask for, and you ask yourself, how would it feel if that were already done? How would it feel? And you know what? You have to taste it in your mouth. You have to feel it in your body. You have to feel the vibration of it complete. There's a vibration, and it's in appreciation and gratitude for what's not yet seen, but that you know, because you feel it, that it's done, right? And then you move on to something else. Turn the page. This is an expanding universe, and all things must be allowed. In other words, for you to understand and experience what you desire, you must also understand that in which you do not desire. And as soon as you come across something that you do not desire, immediately you ask for what is desired. You see? Without even having to think about it. It's automatic. Do you understand? Do you align with that? Do you get that? As soon as you come across unwanted, you immediately know what you prefer. Right? So then you don't want to push against unwanted. You want to move towards wanted. Towards the wanted. And by moving towards, it's not pushing against anything. But it was the unwanted that brought the rocket of desire for an improvement. So without the contrast, you wouldn't have received the clarity and the new improved version of what you're asking for. Does that make sense? Anyone? Does that make sense? Maybe not. Okay. It will. I promise. I will never cease being or desiring. That's right. You will never cease being, right? Because when you reunite with Source, you just are. You just be. There's no desire. There's no need for growth because you just is. You see, with no resistance, in a state of absolute knowing and clarity. You will never cease to be. Because you never die. You never die. This body dies. But the spirit it never dies. It just reconnects with the whole of who it is. The whole of Source. It's just only a small piece of you in this human body. Just a small piece of you. New desires will be constantly born within you. Source will never stop answering your desires. And your expansion is therefore eternal. It's never ending. When they say you have your cooking experience, you really become more than you are now in this moment. Yes, without resistance that you carry in this human body, because you have knowing and clarity, and you know God's got your back. Yeah. There's no question, ever, ever. You see. Source will never stop answering your desires, and your expansion is therefore eternal. And so you may begin to relax. Yes, nothing serious going on here. Everything's always working out for you. How can it get better than this? Right? In this moment, there is something that you desire that has not come. If there's something that you desire that has not come to fruition, it's because you're holding yourself apart from it by the thoughts you're thinking. Absolute well-being is the basis of my universe. Right. We all come into these bodies well. And it's thoughts that we think that makes us unwell. Low vibrational, holding anger and fear, any low vibrational thought, it's like 20 hertz vibration, and you're transmitting that vibration. But when you're in joy and you're in a state of love, you're transmitting a 528 hertz vibration. Source responds to your vibration, not for the asking from your lips. He knows your heart. You know what? Sometimes our words don't match our heart, but God knows your heart. Okay, this is the last set. It's a 3-card set. I'm going to go through this and get ready for my sound healing video. It's going to start at 8 o'clock. And I hope this live event works right. And if it doesn't for me, I'm just going to hit live. Y'all just have to come and find me. Sometimes these events don't work right. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I'm going to work my way through it. I'm expanding before your eyes. This deck right here is another one of my favorite decks. Let me show you again. I just came here to Atlanta to see Esther Hicks. Oh, and let me tell you, it was the most wonderful experience I've had in my life so far. And I got caught up into the hot seat, which means I got caught up on the stage. And I'm still in a state of appreciation and gratitude for that experience that's really going to catapult, and it's really made my heart smile. Asking It Is Given and Getting Into the Vortex by Esther Hicks. And they're in my little shop on Divine Source Connection on Facebook. If y'all haven't gone over there, please come over and like that page. And also follow me on YouTube. I just started a channel 5 months ago. I think I have about 30 videos. But all my stuff is organic. I'm not paying to have a bunch of advertising and stuff because I'm just not right now. So I appreciate y'all sharing my stuff with people. I don't even know if it will let you share, but if it'll let you do it, please. I'd love that. Getting into the vortex. That's getting more of what you want. More wanted, right? More wanted. Let's go. I can get from an unwanted to wanted relationship. Yes, you can. You know, you don't even have to leave the relationship you're in. I know it might sound like, you might, you have to focus on the wanted end of the stick. Every subject is a stick, and every stick has 2 ends. One end's wanted and one end is unwanted. And you have to get in the habit of every time you pick up a subject, a stick, relationship stick, wanted, unwanted, you always want to focus on the things that you fell in love about. What brought you to this person? What makes them special? And then you know what? You should start to shift your perspective a little bit. You realize that we're all just humans, and everyone's just trying the best that they can. And sometimes you just have to look at everything that makes them beautiful, because that's what Source sees. You see, when they went before Source dripping the illness, he only saw their wellness. He refused to tune into illness. He only saw wellness. And you have to do the same with some situations, even with friends. and with people that you work with. Sometimes, you know what? You can always there's somebody that just really gets your goat. You just have to put your goat in the backyard so it can't get gotten. You got to put your goat in the backyard so it can't get gotten. And when you start to focus on everything that your heart longs for in a relationship with another human, start to think about all the things that make you smile inside. And you have to feel your way through. You feel your way through. It's hard to think your way through these things. Because this is all really feelings. And our feelings is what manifests things in our life. It's the feeling. It's the fuel. The fuel. So when you're aligned with what Source knows to be true, and your desires and your beliefs are also in alignment, then your beliefs and your desires are in agreement. And when you're in agreement, in alignment, it's very powerful. You receive clarity. And with every little dot of clarity, you have to radiate appreciation. And also appreciating yourself for being aware that you recognized a dot on a path, and you maybe it's just a pointer that just nudges you back into a place that maybe just feels a little bit better than you were feeling before. And it starts with one thought, just one thought. You might say, you know what, tomorrow will be better than today. Or if you had a really crappy day, instead of going on and on about it when you talk to friends, try to go more general. It sucked. Just say it sucked. Don't go into detail. Because as you add detail to unwanted, you're becoming the vibration of unwanted. And you will create more experiences that match that vibration. You will. But you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. Okay. I can get from an unwanted... Okay, I just did this one. Sorry. By default, I could have attracted unwanted relationships. Oh, you know what? Here's another thing about relationships. By default, I could have attracted unwanted relationships. Yes. And not even know it. It could be a default state. It could be your view of the world. It could be your view of relationships. It could be your experiences relationship. It could be your friend's experience. It could be your father and your mother's experience. It could be any. It's your dot. You know where it is. It's your dot. So are the thoughts you're thinking right now, are they your own, or did you receive these thoughts? Are they yours? Or are they someone else's? You can identify that if by default you have attracted unwanted relationships. Many of the relationships or experiences you have attracted, you would not have deliberately attracted had you been doing it on purpose. Of course we don't do those things to ourselves, not if we know. Of course we wouldn't. But we have to love ourselves and forgive ourselves for not knowing. Because it was our unconscious human conditioning. When we were a child and people tell you who you are and how to think and what to dress and what to eat and where you live, and they tell you, they put all the labels on you, and then you identify with all these labels, and everyone tries to squeeze in little boxes. And then just during this whole pandemic, and everyone started transitioning from their finances, their jobs, their labels, their labels was gone, and then they're like, who am I now? Who am I now without my label? Who am I now without my box? You have to find the you in the you. You have to find the you inside the you. And the reason how we can attract unwanted relationship is because our review of the unwanted relationship, we review it, we try to get to the bottom of it, right? And we dig. See, we become that vibration of that unwanted relationship. We become that vibration ourselves. And without being present, we're unaware that we are that unwanted relationship. We are that vibration that attracted the vibration of the relationship. If there's a match, there's a vibrational match. Many of our relationships are especially experiences that you've attracted you would never have deliberately attracted. But by doing so, or had you done it on purpose, much of your attention, it wasn't done deliberately. You weren't deliberately trying to attract this, but just being the vibration of your vibrational set point of your past and your present. It's a set point. It's a vibrational set point that is you. So you got to change that. How do you change that? By thinking different thoughts. Thinking thoughts that feel better. That are more in line with what Source knows to be true. How do you know? How does it feel? If it feels like it sucks, well, he's not thinking that. You are. You're thinking something that's out. Creating a gap. It's the last card. I intend to co-create from my place of positive attraction. That's right. If you're in a place of love, and sureness, and clarity, and appreciation, that's your attraction point. So that grid of creation, there's so many grids, but you're a dot on every grid. And when you light up that grid, you attract all the cooperative components. And you can try to do that with effort and a lot of hard working, or you can do it with ease and just allow your vibrational energetic set point to shift, and then witness the shift of your manifestations from an unwanted to a wanted manifestation. And then once you can feel that creative power flow through you, and you can say, you know what, I did that. 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 You know what, when you come across something horrid that you did, you have to say, well, you know, I did that too. I did that too. Over time, you'll start to tune into wanted. You'll start to tune into wanted. It'll be your default set point. Not tuning into something that doesn't feel good, but tuning into the joy just because the way it feels. You don't have to have a reason to do it. You don't have to reach a certain point in your life. You don't have to obtain a certain financial success to feel that. You don't have to wait until you're 65 years old to retire, to go on a trip to feel that joy. You don't have to wait for your kids to grow up and move out to feel it. You don't have to wait for that lover to come to fill that empty space. You don't have to wait. You can do it all right now. Just by tuning in. Tune in. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all watching. These videos will be moved from my Facebook page, Divine Source Connection and Shamanetta, over to my YouTube channel, Divine Source Connection. I just started that channel a few months back. Not many people know about it. If y'all would like to follow me, I'd really appreciate it. If y'all would just go over and like and subscribe. That would help. And I also have a shop. On my Divine Source Connection Facebook page. All the cards that I used in this reading, plus all of the musical instruments I used for sound healing, tuning forks, crystals, body detox stuff. What else do I have? You just have to check it out in my shop. Talk to y'all later. Thanks so much. Bye. Oh, don't forget to tune in. I'm having a sound healing session that's starting at 8 o'clock. Thanks so much.